Okay. Hey guys, welcome to the call. Thanks for popping on. I'm recording for those who can't make it tonight. But we just wanted to pop on while everything was fresh in our brains from Hawaii. The trip was amazing. Oh my goodness. Hurry and get to Emerald, guys. It's wonderful. They really spoil us. I think as you guys, some of you are going to make it to Leaders Retreat, and all of you can make sure you put Super Saturday on the calendar for January. Convention next year. They have some of those dates out. And I think as you'll attend events in person, you'll find out, wow, Plexus really does it over the top. Every event that I've been at, they really make us feel appreciated and valued, for sure.
They do things big.
Yes. Oh my, that was the fanciest place I'd ever stayed, and the fanciest food and everything. Wow. While we were there were two sessions, probably 2.5-hour sessions. They had a really good speaker. Her name was Carrie Wilkerson, I think it was, and she had really good things to share. We were just going to kind of share through some of our main highlights that we took away from that, and also I was going to mention a couple things that corporate has planned, and some things that they addressed in the meeting. I'll just start maybe with some of the things that they're coming out with for training. They're starting something called Jules 101. That is basically when you become an Emerald, you almost get like a separate welcome pack. Not a welcome pack, but a separate like information guide specifically for when you become a Jewel. I thought that was really neat because I can see how needed that is. They're also starting something called Rank Up Roadmap, where basically it's a collaboration that the Diamonds have put together, basically to help all of us be successful at each rank, at each step of the way. So silver all the way up. And it's basically the how, the why, and the what. And it's training and development, basically a how-to. Oh, sorry, baby here.
I was going to add real quick to the roadmap. What I love the most about those is like when you first get like a welcome email from them, and I think it's silver too. There's like two basically maps, like roads you can take. You can take I want to get my products paid for, or I run with the business, because obviously that's two totally different things for people. And maybe at first they only want their products paid for, but once they see that, and then they want to run with the business, and they can run with it, and they can, go back to that email and see, like Megan said, there's advice and, different steps to take to meet those goals.
Mm-hmm. And they called it phase 1 and phase 2. I thought that was
Yeah, sorry, I don't have my notes. They're at school, so I'm kind of going off my head. Thank you.
And they did have like a pie chart when you start out, and it's broken down into 3 things: personal development, business development, and leadership development. I thought it looked really neat how they kind of mapped it out for us with what we should be spending the most time on and things like that. It's basically casting vision, building belief, and getting them started well. Each ambassador, they want to help us with attrition rates. They want to help us with just everyone being successful from the get-go and getting the information to people. So I thought that was pretty cool. The first session that Carrie did, she talked about a few things that stood out to me. I'm just going to kind of go over my notes here. Not comparing our success to others. She talked a lot about margin and balance and alignment. She said when things aren't, she said in a business like this, things need to be in alignment. She said you're a health and wellness company, so consider everything in your life, from your own personal health to, all the way through family life. She talked a lot about that. And I think because it is something that's important to a lot of people in this business, plus it's something that can easily be kind of pushed to the margin too much, or letting our margins fill up too much. She said, this was a quote I thought was really good. She said, "Those who are hurried don't have a capacity to love well." And I thought, oh my goodness, wow, that's good. She said the secret to balance is creating margin and prioritizing, just like the margin in the white space on our papers, She said you need to let your life have some white space. said it's okay to be bored sometimes. It's okay for your family not to be booked out all the time. Yeah. She said this is a family business, and to consider having a meeting with your family in light of your business, and having them, help you with ideas, and just, she said it's important to include them in our decision making with Plexus even. She said your team will grow when they see you creating margin. I liked that. She said she encouraged us to polish our skills as leaders. She said leadership is not a title, but actions and words make you a leader. She said that not to have hobby mindsets. This is like if you're wanting to run with your business and be really successful with the business side of it. She said part-time hours with an executive mindset. I like that. So basically self-awareness and work productively. And I like the laser focus thing. And Carrie might want to chat a little bit about the power hour that she suggested.
I think whenever she brought up this power hour in the session, it was kind of like a light bulb moment for across the board. I've seen on threads and different things on some things on Facebook, and it seems like, jewels across the board, diamonds, sapphires, emeralds, everybody was like, that's a great idea. But basically it's a power hour. She said, go to the bathroom, get your snack, get your drink, do not get up for an hour. Focus on this for 1 hour. It is only about your personal business. You are, laser focused on IPA for your business, not your team. You're not focused on them. You're not focused on, scrolling through Facebook. You work on growing your personal business. And yes, your team is part of your business, but for this hour, reach out to potentials, follow up with people. And she just called it the power hour. And we love that. Megan and I were talking, and we kind of agreed that, and I don't remember if she said an example, but like 3 to 5 times a week. Imagine how much your business would grow if you did this 3 to 5 times a week. Set apart an hour at night after the kids went to bed, or, wake up earlier, if you're an early riser, do it in the morning. And even if you only did it once a week, twice a week, just imagine how much your business would grow with that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Megan and I talked about that, and we're like, that is so smart. So yeah, we really love the power hour. Even for newer starters, maybe that aren't going to be as fast growers, or, their goals are not as, high at this point, but even a power 30 minutes, mm-hmm. or a power 15 a couple times a day. That's for me. I have to do like a little smaller chunk broken up, somewhat in my day, just because of where I'm at with my schedule. But, you can make that to what works for you and your family and your business and your other work. Yeah. And that's what I've always said I loved about Plexus, is because I can fit it in the nooks and crannies of my life. And yeah, like Megan was saying, if you don't have an hour to set aside, set apart 30 minutes every day, set apart some time. But yeah, we really like that idea, and wanted to share that. And I was going to add, Megan, am I mistaken? Isn't Carrie who's speaking at Leaders Retreat also?
I thought so, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. So yeah, those Leaders Retreat with her, she's hilarious.
Yeah. She did say, I loved how she kind of honed in on the point that this is not about us. She said to make real relationships, even beyond Plexus. She said, people matter, and people need you to love them first. And she said, when we're quick to complain, criticize, or gripe about stuff, she said it means we're focusing on the wrong spot. She said you have too much time on your hands. You should get busy and work. And she also just talked at the end of her first session about legacy. And she said legacy needs to be bigger than you. Your leadership is beyond your downline. She said, how can you create legacy with your kids? She said this is about changing lives. She said, work on transforming us. And I don't know, I just loved how she did a really good job, really overviewing everything, kind of hitting highlights or weak spots, I feel like, in this business, and what it's easy to kind of, I don't know, she targeted some good spots, I felt like. And I'll just say, before we talk about her second session, that Sarah Marble, I posted her video, and she did a kind of an overview of the BRAD, the BRAD, introducing us to BRAD. Basically, it's a acronym, and she had some really, really good tips. So if you haven't listened to that yet, make sure you do listen to it, because she's very concise and just does a really good job overviewing that. We'll hit some highlights, but Justin was going to share a few of his thoughts and takeaways from the whole trip, and it doesn't even have to be what Carrie Wilkerson said, but.
No?
Sure.
Well, the trip was incredible, and the first thing I'd say is this, we've never been to anything like this in our life. It was pretty amazing. But I just want to say how important events are. Every time I go to an event, you walk away thinking, this is doable. And it's not because they pump you up and do a bunch of cheers or anything weird, like that, but it's just you get to talk to the people, the ambassadors who are there, and they're just great people, and they're normal folks, just like the rest of us. One guy was a car salesman I talked to. One guy, and now he does Plexus full time. One guy had a pool business. Now he's doing Plexus full time, and one guy was an insurance agent. Now he's doing Plexus at home full time, and then I was a road construction guy. Now I'm home full time. So it's not necessarily the company, it's the people that are there that really just encourage you. And most of them are like-minded people. They love their families. A lot of the people we talk to love the Lord. And so one of my encouragements is whatever event is going on, try to make as many events as you can, because that's just a real encouragement, and it's a neat company to be a part of. One quick thing, Tarro Robinson said, does everybody know who Tarro is? There's only one Tarro I know in the whole world, but he's the CEO of the company. I've never even heard of that name before, Plexus, but he mentioned a couple of different things, and when they first started, I just want to share. He said as far as their vision for Plexus is they want our descendants to speak well of this company. They want our kids to look back and say, my mom and dad helped build that company. It's a great company. So their vision is not just a short-term, get-rich-quick sort of thing. It's a multi-generational vision that they have in this company, and I think that's awesome. I think that they have that much vision, that they're looking forward, that they're concerned about what our kids and grandkids are going to say about this company. The other cool thing is, and he shared this, is the foundation of Plexus is just now being laid. Some of us have been with the company for over a year now. Some of us have been maybe just a few months, but still the groundwork, the foundational work is being done right now. And we're all a part of that. We're helping build this company, and I think that's exciting, personally. And so anyway, I'll just keep it at that. And one of my goals personally is to help Plexus become a legacy company. My kids see that I've left something that I was good at and something that was very comfortable to take part in Plexus, but it's just I believe in the leadership. I believe in the products. I believe in the company, and my goal right now is to help Plexus to become a legacy company. I want to be that guy who says, where my kids will say, hey, my dad helped build that company, and I look forward to the day when they say that. So anyway, that was a couple things that Tarro had his share. He had a lot more things to share. On a real practical note, there's new software that was installed last week. A lot of these orders are having trouble with the new credit cards. And I don't know if any of you have dealt with this issue yet, but the new chips on the cards that they have out on the credit cards, since they've started putting new chips in the cards, credit card fraud has gone up 20%. Not just in Plexus, that's worldwide. So Plexus is not the only people dealing with this issue, but they are on top of it. There's a new software that was just installed last week, or I guess it would be 2 weeks ago now. And already there's a much higher processing success rate because of it. So they are working on that. I just want to let you guys know that.
Justin, do you mind if I interrupt real quick? I was just going to say, corporate, if you haven't seen it yet, just sent out an email 30 minutes, an hour ago, that explains it really well too, on kind of what to do. And I highly recommend reading that, especially when you're helping, if your card has issues or if you're helping somebody sign up. Anyway, they just sent out an email. But yeah, that was shocking to me when they said the whole 20% thing. I couldn't believe that.
Okay. I haven't seen the email yet, but they're on top of it. And the good thing is they do address issues. The other thing is there's another thing. I don't know if an email's been sent out or not about this, but there's people selling Plexus products on eBay, on Amazon for a lot cheaper price. The reason that they're selling them for a lot cheaper price is because they're stealing other people's credit card information, setting up an account, buying the products, and then selling them at a reduced rate on eBay and Amazon. Plexus has hired a law firm that deals specifically with this, with eBay and Amazon, to put an end to it. So they're on top of that as well. Yeah. So I thought that was encouraging. And it boosts my confidence in the company too when I hear them making efforts to correct all these issues.
And communicating that. Because I know some teams have been affected by that a lot. I mean, I feel like the bigger the team, the more, we experience certain things.
Plexus is working on some things, maybe new products, but not necessarily new products. They're new programs where it's not just a product coming out, maybe a few products that will work together for a specific health issue. And so that's exciting. And they are working on them to be gluten-free, vegan, and non-GMO whenever possible.
Yeah, super
so
clean.
That's exciting.
They're also coming out with regional coaches. That's the other thing that I thought was exciting. I forgot to mention that.
So they're doing a lot of things right now, and they're doing a lot of things that are really going to benefit us as ambassadors, and I'm excited about that. One more thing. I won't cover a lot of stuff that the lady had to share, but Alec Clark, the president, said someone had said something about how Alec Clark signs our checks, and his response was, "We sign your checks, but you ambassadors put the money in the bank." So their perspective, in my opinion, is right. I think that they really appreciate the ambassadors. I know that they really lean heavy on the ambassadors to give them information and to help them design all these new things that are coming out. So
even ingredients. I know that there's exciting things in light of, making sure every single product is super, super clean and that there's no questionable ingredients in any of them. They listen. And I don't know, being at events and being at this Emerald trip was just confirming that they value us. I mean, they really spoil us.
Just one more real quick thing. There were so many good notes to take, but that speaker, Carrie Wilkerson, did ask the question, will my legacy last longer than my life? And I kind of changed it, and I said, well, my legacy lasts longer than Plexus, meaning, when Plexus is over, whether it's a year, hopefully it's 20 or 30 years down the road, that'd be awesome for us. Hopefully we retire from here, but I want my legacy to last longer than my stint in Plexus, meaning the way I conduct myself as an ambassador, for me personally, I want to conduct myself well as I'm taking part in this Plexus business. I've said this before, but I'm first an ambassador for Christ, and then I'm an ambassador for Plexus. So just think about that. Your legacy lasts longer than Plexus. And if who knows, if the FDA or somebody were to shut Plexus down today, what would people say about us tomorrow? Would they say, man, he did a really great job with Plexus. I really appreciated working with him. Or will they say, that was a network marketing guy?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that at all. So just consider that as we're dealing with people. This is a people business, and half of the people that you're going to talk to about products and business are really hurting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she touched on that.
They're hurting with home issues and health issues and money issues. So just remember, this is a people business, and we want our legacy to be spoken well of. I could keep going on, but I'll just be quiet.
We'll kind of tag team.
Yeah.
One thing that I loved about this trip was meeting other jewels and talking with diamonds. I don't know if you all follow certain people that hit the top of the company, but I was chatting with Rhonda Shaw. She would be Bridget Ryan's sponsor. She's a mom of 5 kids, and they were doing lunch and feeding their kids and playing in the pool, and she was willing to chat with us. But I asked her what her top tips were, and she said something that they do several times throughout a year in their business. She said to do a 30-day push. She said this is not an incentive. This is not running incentives. She said it's clearing your schedule for 30 days and basically doing bare bones, bare minimum, and just working on growing your business. And she said it may be where he would do that and I would keep things running at home, or vice versa. But basically to present to as many people as possible through as many different avenues as possible. So getting on the phone, getting in front of people at an opportunity event, getting just personal messaging people. And she said, listen to Eric Worre's video called Sign 20 in 30 Days. I don't know if you guys have listened to that yet or not. I think I have at one point, but I need to re-listen. I know he has some good stuff. She said, create momentum yourself. She said, you never quit working your own personal businesses. But not like you ever go into management mode, like you hit Ruby or Emerald or Sapphire or something and just quit. You have to keep growing your own business. And she said, find your runners and run with them. She said, their messages come first. So they take priority. She said, so that was her basic things. And then the consistent top themes that because I just kind of went around asking people when I was chatting, like, what's your top tip? They said, go silver, be consistent, don't quit. They said, keep presenting to people and keep working. And they said, your IPAs first. Your personal business comes first before management. That was her tip. And then I was chatting with Cheryl, who is a CPA on Jessica Heffley's team. She'd be a sideline teammate to me. But her perspective was interesting. She said she was already helping friends with their health, and she said Plexus made it simpler. She said a lot of people go into a health food store and are completely overwhelmed. And she said to be able to offer something like Plexus, where they just go to a website, they order a couple things or even one thing like the triplex, and it's comprehensive. I feel like the products are put together in a way that's very simple but really effective. And so I love that. And she actually has, I posted on the team page, I don't know if y'all saw it, she has Tracy Lindsay on her team, who is a gal with a Lyme disease testimonial. Great info. If you have a chance, go look in the testimony pages and look up her story. But Tracy's sister, Christy, is a herbal therapist and blood morphologist. So basically she analyzes blood. And Cheryl had texted me a couple pictures of blood work pre-Plexus and then blood work after Plexus. Someone had started Plexus, and the way the cells were formed. I don't know. You just have to check out the pictures. Really, really neat. But seeing, I don't know, I feel like we have to be so sterile in our wording with Plexus that sometimes we forget what the products are really doing for people. It's amazing and so wonderful. I met Jill Warness. I know some of you guys use her videos to send to prospects and to educate people. She is a nutrition therapist, I think. She said her husband is a chiropractor, and so she worked alongside him. She kind of had a nutritional therapy, side. She said people would commit to her for 6 months, to help heal themselves. And she said she really feels like this is her calling with Plexus. She has ended that little season of her life, and she does Plexus and helps people that way in that avenue. But she said yeah, she was super sweet. I'm so glad that I met her. But it's funny when you're walking around and you have big hats on, sunscreen, no makeup, hair up. It's sometimes you don't recognize people, and sometimes you do, and it's super fun. So I was glad to run into her and kind of get her perspective on things. I was going to go over real quick. Carrie Wilkerson had the Meet Brad. Basically, she had an acronym. So it's boundaries, routines and rituals, accountability, and deadlines. And if you want the details on that, go listen to Sarah's video on that. She has really great things to say. But a couple things that stuck out to me was to track your points and track results. She said we can't change anything if we're not tracking. So that was one thing she said. I think Sarah Marble was the one that said she keeps track of her points at the 20th and then like the 26th, 27th, 28th every month, so she can see if she's hitting the proper benchmarks. So it gives you an idea of what's going on in your organization too as you get bigger. So just FYI on that. We have 10 minutes. Okay, awesome. And then she said, she talked about presenting. She said, she used this example. It may take 225 no's to get 10 ambassadors. And it was like a light bulb moment for me. And I thought, I might be setting the bar too low in light of, encouraging my team. You have to reach out to more than 2 people if you want to run quicker. So a lot of times I do like these IPA groups where we do 2, 2, 2, reach out to 2, follow up with 2 posts. But that's basically just to get you in the habit of, working your business, when really, if you want 10 ambassadors, you may have to reach out to 200 people. I mean, it's a numbers thing. And sometimes the timing isn't right for people, but as you, the more you present, the bigger you'll grow, the faster you'll grow. And as you train your team to do that, then you start to see that building momentum. So anyways, she said the cure for lost momentum is activity. I love that. So anyways, we just wanted to kind of hop on and share some of the things that we had learned and gleaned from a week away and a week in without reality with lots of Plexus people. Did you have anything else to add?
Yeah. Just a couple different things. What? Someone said something.
Hey.
Oh, it's me. Sorry, my phone died. My computer died. I'm sorry, it's Carrie. I was just letting you know.
I see your phone. Yeah. Okay, I see you. Did you have anything else to add, Carrie, that you thought of while we were chatting?
No, I missed what you were talking about with Rhonda, but no, I loved the last few points you said about Carrie. I wish I had my notes because I loved so much of what she had to say. I felt like I just wrote constantly when she was talking. And she was funny because she's like, get out of 10. Like, she wanted you to write stuff down. So, yeah, I just wish I had them. But, no, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that you haven't said that I would add.
Okay. Those of us that are at Leaders Retreat will get a second dose of her, so it'll be super good.
The only other thing that I was going to share is talking to ambassadors at convention, talking to them on Facebook, talking to them in Hawaii. There's a couple different things that I just wanted to bring up. One thing is how important outside leg points are. Just a real practical way. A lot of people are stuck not because of total points, but they're stuck because their outside leg points are not high enough. I just wanted to throw that out there, just something to be watching as you start to grow. As your business grows, is to watch the outside leg, and it's stopping a lot of people from promoting right now. Even jewels, that they're stuck. So I wanted to bring that up. That's a real issue for a lot of people.
Can you explain what that means?
Yeah, well, everybody has a primary leg where they have the majority of their points. Does that make sense?
Or most people do.
Most people do. Some don't. Some have a couple real strong legs. So, but outside of that, you have to have so many points. You'll see it on your dashboard on your back office. It'll say outside leg points. It has to be so high before you can promote to the next rank. And, but
yeah,
anyway.
For example, we met Emily Roberts. Some of you know her, or maybe all of you do. Follow her on Facebook. She's a hoot. But anyways, we met her sponsor, and she's, what did she say, emerald or sapphire? I can't remember, but Emily's diamond. So Emily basically passed her up, but the sponsor doesn't have the people outside of Emily to promote to the next rank. So you want to be growing outside of your runner or runners. So that's why they say to keep reaching out, keep adding
level ones.
Yes, so that you go wide and not just deep.
Right.
So that's just a practical tip.
Just a real practical thing that I've learned over the last couple of events. The other thing is when you hear people talk about their area or whatever is oversaturated, I'm learning that that's not true. I think what they mean is my Facebook friends are oversaturated, because you can share outside of Facebook. It's cool. I mean, seriously.
Like old school.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we have to go door to door yet, like the vacuum salesman back in the day. It might not be a bad idea. I've considered trying that. But I don't think that that's the case. I know it's not the case around here. It's definitely not oversaturated. I think some people's Facebook feeds are oversaturated, and that's what they mean by that. So go out and don't be afraid to go out and talk to people face to face. You'll see a lot of people haven't even heard of Plexus yet. And we are in this company at the right time, and the opportunity is unbelievable. I have so much confidence at this point. I think the opportunity is there for the taking, whoever wants to go get it. Mm-hmm. It's just there waiting. It's going to take work, but it's there waiting.
Well, and you have to get creative too, because at some point, maybe your Facebook is oversaturated or you've exhausted your Facebook friends, and where you'll have to, expand your networks or get creative in light of how you're going to tell people about Plexus. So always looking for creative ways, you're networking and meeting people. And I mean, it's easy when you kind of get in your own routine and your rut of, go to work and you do this and that. You always see the same people. But when you actually, like if you go on vacation and you're at the airport, there are lots and lots of people out there who have no clue what Plexus is.
Yep.
I was going to add to that about talking about being oversaturated. I know Carrie gave an example when we were there about she got this new yellow car, and she was so excited about this yellow car because nobody had a yellow car. And she said as soon as she drove off the lot, everybody had a yellow car. And she's like, was it really that, nobody had a yellow car before? No. It was just that all of us, now that she had one, she noticed it. So some people say everybody on Facebook, sells Plexus. Yeah. No, it's just that, you've got 5 or 6 friends who share it now, and, that's all you're seeing. So I thought that was a really good example when she said that. It's like, well, that's true. I remember my last car I got, it was like, I'd never seen one of those. And then as soon as I saw one, everybody on the road had one. So I love that. And it kind of goes back to what you guys were talking about at the beginning of this, about things being oversaturated in the legacy. Like Justin was saying, we are still at like ground floor with this company. So you are in this very early on, and it's just, we're at, like Justin said, the perfect time. So
I got a message today asking, when is it coming to the UK? I want to start the business.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're not in very many countries yet, so.
No.
The other thing is, don't be deterred by other people's opinion. I've said this last time, and I'll keep saying it, because not everybody's going to be excited about Plexus, and that's okay. And not everybody's going to be excited because you're excited about Plexus, and that's okay too.
We're excited about your success.
We've been unfollowed, unfriended by family members. I don't care. So is Angie. We've talked about this with Angie, actually. We don't care. I don't care. We love them, but hey, they're not going to get invited to go to Hawaii when we have extra tickets next year. So,
their loss.
Yeah. So and who knows? They may change their mind and come around too. Who knows? But don't be deterred by them. Our confidence in the company and the products are very, very high, and we're not going to be swayed by someone who doesn't understand. So just to encourage you in light of that, keep going.
We have 1 minute left. Any quick questions? It was a fun time. Get to Emerald.
Who's coming with us next year?
Yeah.
One thing real quick, don't, even if you don't see a whole lot of activity on posts, just keep posting. Because I had a guy contact me. He's a very successful businessman in Chicago who's very interested in the business, which is a huge answer to prayer. But he's been watching the posts for a long time. And he didn't say how long, but what he finally said was, I see that you're passionate about it, and that excites me. So be passionate and keep posting because people are paying attention. Passion is, I don't know what word I'm thinking of, but whatever. Passion's important. I have no idea what I was going to say, but
all right.
Whatever.
It's going to cut us off, so we better sign off.
See ya.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Passion is